Welcome all of you to English language class. So today we'll do grammar rules for future tenses in English. So the following article, that is future tense, is the third one in the series about tenses in English. We have already spoken about present and past tenses in English. We are going to learn grammar rules of future tenses in English language. We all know that the future tenses in English is a grammatical category which describes the event that will occur in future after the conversation. So children, future tense, what it is? A tense expressing an action that has not yet happened or a state that does not yet exist but expected to happen in the future. For example, see, I will jump in the lake. If we take a look at the list of tenses in English, we will see that future tense is presented in 4 forms. So these 4 forms are simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tense. So children, future tenses are simple and easily formed. The most widespread tenses that express the future are future simple and future continuous. The main difference between these two is future continuous describes a long-lasting action, unlike future simple expresses temporary action. To create a sentence in future simple, we need to remember only 2 auxiliary verbs, shall and will plus infinitive. Initially, we used will in all persons except the first person singular and plural, that is, I and we. We usually use shall for I and we. However, nowadays the English speakers use will for all persons, singular and plural. So it will not be great mistake if you always use will in your sentences. So now let's come to the first one, that is simple future tense. So it is used for an action that will occur in future. Example, Mr. Bill will arrive next week. So the words indicators are tomorrow, next month, from where you'll come to know that it is future tense, next week, soon, in 2 days, in a month. It is even used, children, when we want to express regular, repeated actions in future. See example, I shall visit you every week. It is even used simple future when we make a prediction or we express somebody's intentions. So rule for this is simple future is subject plus shall or will plus first form of the verb plus object. Example, see, this is for affirmative sentence, I shall go home. Now for negative sentences, subject plus shall or will plus not plus first form of the verb plus object. For example, I should go home. Interrogative means questions. How to make it? Shall or will, it will come in the beginning plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object and question mark. So next is future continuous tense. It is used to describe an action that will be continuing at a given point of time in future. It is even used when we want to predict an action in future. For example, my mother will be worrying about me if I do not answer her calls. So children, future continuous is formed a bit more complicated. The auxiliary verb to be in future simple tense, that it will be shall be or will be, is followed by the participle of the main verb plus ing form. So first of all, rule for affirmative, subject plus shall or will plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing and plus object. Example, tomorrow at this time I shall be taking my test. So when you have to form the negative sentence, what will be the rule for it? Subject plus shall or will plus not plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Now to form the negative sentence, for example, for negative sentence will be he will not be cooking. Now to form interrogative, that is question sentence, what will be the rule? Shall or will, it will be in the beginning, plus subject. Subject, it can be singular, plural, first person, second person, it can be plurals, whatever pronouns it can be, plus be, plus first form of the verb, plus ing, plus object. And don't forget to put question mark here. Example, will he be cooking? So next is future perfect tense. It is used to describe an action that will be completed at a given point of time in future. Example, I will have spent all my money by the end of next month. So children, rule for affirmative, it is how to form future perfect tense. It is formed using shall or will plus have plus past participle, means that is the third form of the verb. So this was for affirmative. And example is I shall have studied hard for my exam. So how to form negative? It is subject plus will or shall plus not. It will be followed by have and third form of the verb, that is the past participle form of the verb plus object. Example is I will not have eaten by then. Next is interrogative. For that, will or shall plus subject plus have plus third form of the verb plus object and question mark. Example, will you have gone to school? Question mark. So children, next is future perfect continuous tense. It is used to describe an action that will be in the progress after a point of time in future. Or we can say it is used to project or forecast actions in time. It refers to actions or events in time between now and future that are unfinished. For example, let us see, I will have been waiting for 3 hours tomorrow. So children, rule for affirmative sentence, that is in the future perfect continuous, it will be subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, by 2022, I will have been living in London for 16 years. Next is rule for negative sentences. It will be subject plus will or shall plus not plus have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, I shall not have been living in UK since 2017. Next is how to form interrogative. That is question sentence, will or shall plus subject plus have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Example, shall I have been studying hard for my exam since Sunday? Thank you and have a nice day.